I can't tell you how great it feels to actually feel desire to dance, to feel a joy that's not bounded, it's not like, held down. I used to love to dance. I was very young. I always was insecure about it, and I mean, as kids, right? It's playing, dancing. One of the hardest things for me through my life, I think, has been watching other people dance, because I have felt such like inner conflict, such sadness around that I feel like I couldn't, like I just couldn't just let go and be happy. It was like I was wearing this heavy cloak. I know that's what people will often describe depression as, like a heavy cloak. Um, that sometimes they take it off, but it keeps coming back on. Even this music, it's very different music than what I normally listen to. I don't find alignment with a lot of the music that I found alignment with just a week and a few days ago. I always felt alignment with music that had a very, like, a sadness to it, like some folk music and different types of, even some kirtan. Some is really joyful, but some is sort of sad. And different songs that come out of suffering. Uh, Nalco and the People, or even Trevor Hall. A lot of his music is sort of, I mean, some of it is really joyful, but some of it comes from, that spiritual path of self-discovery and pain and unearthing things, and I've always just really connected with that. This is like Kaigo radio. It's like all sort of dance stuff. So after ayahuasca, part one. All right, I want to keep this kind of short, but like I just said, something is different. My subconscious, my patterning, the places I normally go when triggered, and the ideas and the thoughts and possibilities that I felt alignment with. Namely, if we're just going to get to the point, leaving this life, being done with this body, with this life, and moving on. Reemergence into non-physical, and, another incarnation, being a kid again. Before the ceremony last weekend, I felt a lot more alignment with that than with staying. Despite having found a lot of grace, I feel like it's really important for me, before experiencing the plant, that I really lost my judgments around where I was at, where I have been at, even the heaviness, the weight, the depression, the suicidal. I hesitate to use that word because it has such a charge. You hear that word and there's a charge, because societally we have this condemnation of that choice. And within ourselves, we have, if we've ever felt it, and a lot of people have fleetingly maybe, and then other people have a lot, there's like a resistance that we feel that. And that resistance to that feeling, or any other feeling, right, just gets us in a bind and keeps us stuck where we are. I've talked about this before ad nauseum in videos, like the fastest way out of feeling like you want out, I didn't want to use the word again, is to be okay with that you feel that. And for me, that always used to raise me up out of that. But even though I'd get raised up out of that, I just felt still like I was always sort of hoping for like some terminal diagnosis or something to happen or just to not wake up. Um, but I kept waking up, and so I feel like, well, there's got to be a reason I keep waking up. I have plenty of juice, plenty of creative energy in the leaving, but it hasn't happened. Um, Let me turn this down a little bit. So I went last weekend and did 3 days of ayahuasca ceremony with shamans from Colombia. And let me just say, the love, first of all, the sacred ceremony, the depth of the ceremony and of the tradition will be a whole nother video. And all the different parts of it that were really cool and powerful, whole nother video. But I want to say that I am so grateful for the love, not the sort of airy-fairy, like, love of, like, from the divine and, like, angelic, star, sun, moon, but, like, family, community, grounded, earth-based love. Brother to brother, sister, love. I felt that in spades from these guys and these two women. And that space, I think, makes all the difference when doing such a strong plant medicine like ayahuasca, which is a night medicine, a medicine unlike cactus or mushrooms that you take during the day. You take this at night, and I think that's symbolic. It's going to work on what I'm talking about: the shadow, the subconscious, the heavier, the lower vibrations in our energy field, and it's going to work on them, and you're going to get exactly what you need. My experience was not what I expected. Not what I thought I needed to have for some sort of healing. So if you feel the call to ayahuasca, do not go in there with any expectations about what it should look like or what it would feel like for you to have benefit from it. And don't draw any conclusions about the experience till days after it's over. That was great advice from Christian during the weekend. I did not have a multisensory, third eye type, psychedelic, trippy. I was never not in my body. I was never not aware of where I was. The third night, I took some more medicine. I did see things that I wouldn't have seen with my eyes, but I didn't go anywhere. I don't need that. I'm already jacked up about that. I needed to feel different here now, and I needed a healing of some of those stuck, heavy feelings. Look, I don't know if those are all from like childhood stuff, constant years of pain in my body, which I've had, which after a while just becomes really difficult and heavy. Ancestral, past life, I don't know. I've been told that too. I don't really know. All I know is whenever I was triggered, whenever I saw the unwanted, and even in a lot of my quiet moments, I just felt this melancholy and this longing to leave this life. And whereas I'm not afraid of leaving and I don't have any resistance when that comes, I just don't feel that anymore. It's just gone. Our beliefs are what create who we are. Our experience of ourselves as a body, as a spirit, our interactions with people, our understanding of the divine, all these beliefs, all this observation, all this perception creates this vibrational state of who we are, which shifts and changes moment to moment. But then there's sort of a baseline. And our experience, as a lot of you know, moment to moment, especially when our attention isn't on something in the now, our experience, our feeling, our vibrational state is dictated by our subconscious, like the built-up patterns of thought. Again, going back to childhood, a lot of these are formed, and then adolescence, and then through the different things we've experienced, the repeated patterns, especially if things have been hard or we've suffered or we've had pain or trauma, emotional abuse, all these things become just a pattern of thought that kind of runs under the surface. And a lot of scientists will tell you that 95% of your experience is really dictated by your subconscious mind, not your conscious mind, unless you've really developed the practice of being present, of really being present. When you're really present, your energy connects to life, the present moment. I mean, I see it all the time. I do aura photo readings at my sister's center. It's biofeedback. People will be in there. They'll be sitting there for a minute. Their chakras will be blocked. I'll have them take a deep breath, 1 or 2 deep breaths, and the chakras will clear. That's because what's blocking them is not from the present moment. It's either they're worried about the future or there's something in the past. As soon as they get present, it clears out. I've had some stuff from the past, and maybe even stuff around the future that has just had a subconscious thing running that's been heavy and that has had me wanting out. Again, I have no judgment. I have no judgment at all about that desire. I think that's really important. I think it's why I had no fear. None of my experience was at all negative. When the plant came into me and felt that resistance, felt those lower vibrations and went to work on them, there was none of it was negative. I didn't really feel the difference until it went through Sunday night. It was like Tuesday morning after camping out in the mountains Monday night that I took a walk on the mountaintop and I realized that I felt no alignment, no joy, no excitement around the idea of leaving. And now I'm seeing it in other things like music and just things that I would feel like close to. I don't feel close to anymore. Now the desire is to dance and to, I'm relearning Spanish. I'm like a few lessons into Babbel on my phone. I loved it in high school, and I had a great teacher, and I was fluent. I forgot pretty much all of it, but now I'm inspired to just learn new things, and I kind of want to go to Colombia and really immerse myself if possible. And I want to I have more alignment with the possibility of, working with people with depression and who are wanting out, and incorporating all the things that have helped me. Breath work, huge. Yoga, meditation, some of the great teachers that really talk about love and integration. And then, be that space of experience that could offer, not push, but offer, like, have you thought about plant medicine? Ayahuasca isn't something you do on a whim. It isn't something you do because someone told you to. It's something you sort of end up feeling called to, and you'll know because it'll work out. Because it's very serious, powerful plant medicine. I'm glad I waited to make this video. It's been 7 full days. I wanted to let me talking right now and me dancing a little, and I'll probably dance a little after this, is not like the resonant high of the experience. That all faded away. I'm back home. I'm not camping. And honestly, last night I was throwing up. I took some other stuff that they gave me that was like for a cleanse, a detox. I don't know. I was throwing up, dry heaving, felt like shit. My back feels torqued. I mean, all the normal stuff that would trigger me right back into that alignment with leaving. It's all here, but I'm not going there. I don't exactly know how. I just know that it's worked powerfully for me, and this is just from one time, and from honestly, I didn't even take that much of the medicine. I'm so grateful. I look forward to the next time, and talking some more about this on another video. Have a great day.